family. Welcome back to What the Fizz Nuck, where we talk about all sorts of things. We debate, we argue, but we still love one another. I am Dr. T, and this is Mr. Critical. And we're going to get into it. Mr. Critical has had some things on his mind lately. So I'm going to let him go ahead and take the mic and jump right in. What you got?
Hey, what's happening, family? How everybody doing out there? Again, welcome to the family. Glad to see you all. I got some interesting topics to talk about today. A little bit conspiratorially, factual. I don't know how to want to disclaim it, but know this. We finna talk about it. So first of all, let's get into it. How you doing, Dr. T?
I can't complain. I'm real interested in you. You called me up pretty excited about this topic you wanted to get into. It was not what we had planned to discuss. So y'all, I can't say that I'm really prepared. I don't have, I don't know what he's gonna throw at me, but I'm gonna roll with it because there's never a doubt that I'm going to have an opposing view and I'm gonna have something to say about it.
Well,
So
it's like our normal conversation, conspiracy, factual, historical. But I think I got a real good topic today. And let me know when you're ready to get into it. Take a
okay,
deep breath. Okay,
I'm
okay.
ready. I'm ready.
Okay, so today I was listening to some news and I ran across a comment that was stated. And I've been hearing this for the last 6 to 8 months. So I really didn't pay it any attention until today. So, ironically, over in Chronicle, Virginia, we got something happening that's never, ever happened anywhere in the world, let alone in the United States. What is going on tomorrow morning is that they having a huge meeting. I'm talking about a meeting that is possibly a devastating meeting if it was to be attacked by foreign adversaries. So what is going on? We having admirals and generals, which I found out today that I didn't know. There's over 800 admirals and generals numbers combined. 800. Can you imagine what that would do to our defense interacting in the circle if they was to be attacked? The question is, what would make the president, which I'm a fan of, Trump, go Trump, what would make our president call a meeting of such powerful people in one place at one time? What can
Okay.
what could happen that make him want to do that?
So let me recap.
Okay.
You are saying that President Trump called for a meeting of all the leadership roles. I don't know all the ranks in the military, but all the leadership roles in the military to come together in one place at one time. And he actually provided the place and the time to the general public on when this meeting is taking place.
Yes.
That has never been done before in the history that we are aware of.
Never, ever. Not even around the world have you ever had such a mass gathering of powerful war soldiers, generals, and admirals. And understand, when you're talking about an admiral, we're talking about the highest ranking officer there is, an admiral. Then when you're talking about a general, we're talking about the second line of high ranking positions. And to have them all in one place, that is really a hell of a statement, a hell of a message to the people that follow this type of information. There has never been, again, a recap. This has never happened, not in Africa, not in the European nations. Nowhere on planet Earth has so many powerful, powerful people gathered in one place that's in the military. The military is for defense and also for offense. But to have these high ranking individuals, it's 800 of them. Man, it's crazy. And it's mind boggling to why? Why?
So what okay. So what are your thoughts? Because you way deeper in this than I am. Just off the top of my head, I would be like, either they're planning to do something or they're planning for something to happen. And I guess that could be a myriad of things. So I just find it odd and interesting that one would share that information to the general public. So what I know you've been thinking about this. Tell me why do you think something like this would happen?
Well, let's go with the obvious. Maybe Trump want to have everybody eliminated at one time, so he can introduce dictatorship and yeah,
Okay,
one
okay.
power. Okay, okay, that's one option. The second option could possibly be to unite the generals and admirals all so they can all be in one accord, understanding what's the mission is, which when you think about that aspect of it, that really is not necessary because you got Zoom, got cell phones, you got all types of other ways you can gather people up in a meeting without having them all in one place. The second is strategy. Maybe we finna get ready to go into a world war. Again, that doesn't make sense either because again, we got other ways of communicating, other ways to gathering up powerful leaders. So that doesn't really make sense. So let's go with a conspiracy theory. What if, as Reagan said 25, 30 years ago in his meeting, what if an adversary that will come from outer space could unite the worlds and make us all be on one accord? What if it's that scenario? What if it's something that's in our solar system that came from out of another solar system and is possibly threatening the planet Earth, and it calls for all of the powerful war veterans, armaments, Marines, to all come together and understand the mission that we must defend or accept what is finna happen. What do you think about that, Dr. T?
Well, y'all, we are in 2 different locations, but we still gonna do this. We gotta make this happen because like I said, we debate all the time. So you can see we're not in our normal background and all that stuff, and we don't have our sound effects. So to all of that, I'm gonna add in my own sound effects and say, "What the fizznuck?"
Okay. Okay. I like that.
That was a lot. I mean, extraterrestrial talk is nothing new. So many, it feels like more and more people are discussing extraterrestrial activity, encounters of the third kind, of the fourth kind, so it's hard to wrap it's hard for me to wrap my brain around it, but I can't say no, that's not a thing. It's wild though. I think the idea of eliminating them all would be absolutely crazy. I think but but you know what?
Can't put
The way I put it past them. I didn't think about that one. That would be crazy. But I wonder though if whatever it is so important that if it were done over, Zoom or cell phones or whatever, it could be picked up from something, it could be hacked. So it does definitely feel like it's greater than World War. Well, I don't know. Maybe he feels like the hacking is at an all-time high and we can't keep anything a secret whenever we use technology because it can be infiltrated too easily. So, I mean, the man could be saying, "Let's come together and celebrate because y'all marched down that street for me and I thank y'all for that." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, well, I look at it like this. Technology, when it comes to these types of powerful leaders of our defense network, technology is pretty secure as far as when it comes to
Okay.
protecting what is being said. So I know that there is a lot of tech out there that is really capable of intercepting information, but I think that's pretty slim. And again, I think for him to have everyone in one accord, it have to be something pretty serious, pretty urgent. I would assume. Let's add on another note of possibilities. Why
Okay.
they are meeting in Chronicle that's down in Virginia. Like I said earlier in the introduction, a couple of months ago, I've been knowing I was listening to a lot of conversations talking about this meteor, and this meteor is called I Atlas. And the 3I Atlas is an interstellar comet, supposedly comet that is coming into that's already in our solar system. So you got the hover scope. Excuse me, y'all, if I'm slaughtering the word. but it's called the Hubble, whatever that big old telescope that they got out there. Well, it's been tracking it along with other telescopes around the world, and they've been tracking this interstellar object for the last 2 to 3 years. So within the last 90 days, 30 to 90 days, the interstellar object has gotten closer to the planet Earth. So right now, it's coming in between Venus and Mars. And the trajectory that this object is on is very suspicious, very unusual. The odds of this trajectory that this object is on is so astronomically impossible, almost impossible. Anything is possible, but almost impossible that it's causing a lot of conversation in the scientific world. Like, for example, this trajectory, this object, it appears to not have, as a normal comet has, well, from my own personal observation. I saw comics, and when you see a comet, it tends to kind of go straight and then it goes straight, but behind it, you know how you take a sparkle and you light a sparkle and you get those little fizz sparkling all everywhere and you can go around with it and leave a trail? Well, that's what a comet does normally. It's just like a sparkle and it leaves a glowing trail behind it. But in this object, it doesn't appear to be similar to an average or a normal comet. This tend to have a glow to it, and it has three, literally, that's why they called it 3I. It has three little dots, and it's so far, the Hubble telescope, that's the name of it. It's so far away. Well, it's not really far away, but it's so far, it's such a distance that when you observe it, you see three little lights in the center of it, and it doesn't have that tail of a comet. Normally, that's seen in the distance. Also, most comets are made out of ice, rocks, and then around it is made out of ice. And so normally, as it get closer to the sun, it start dissipating, start melting away, and it leaves that debris. That's why when you see a comet going across the sky, you see it appears to be sparkling in a way, and it getting smaller and smaller. Well, this object is not doing that. This object is changing trajectory, it's changing speed, and it's getting closer to the planet Earth. Now, here goes something that is very
Wait,
interesting to me. Okay. Talk to me.
first of
Talk to
all,
me. Uh-huh, uh-huh,
you
uh-huh.
done went on a whole
I know.
TED Talk,
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay,
okay?
talk to me. Talk to
You
me.
done went on a whole TED Talk about the 3I Atlas, and I
Uh-huh.
appreciate you educating me and all of the audience on that. But let's just hop to it. Are
I'm on with
you
it.
thinking that okay, because, like, I remember when Trump talked about SpaceX, right? So I was like, "Why do we need an army for space?" Right?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So, are you trying to tell me that you are correlating this comet that's not a comet with this meeting of all the leadership military? Are you connecting those 2 things?
Okay, that's a good question. Let me connect a little bit more then. I'm gonna make this a little bit short. Let's add a little more depth to this. Not only is this comet is on a trajectory that's highly unusual, but what's ironic about this so-called object is when it get by the sun within the next October 25th, or is it October 29th? I can't remember right now, but I'll follow up with that again. But it's going to get in a trajectory. Yeah, it's October 29th. October 29th, ironically, the planet Earth position would be in front of the sun. So when this object appears and can be clearly seen behind the sun, it will be blocked by the sun because the planet Earth position would be ironically behind or in front of the sun, which this object is coming behind the sun at an unusual timing that will prevent planet Earth uh, people that watch telescopes on planet Earth to observe this object. So now we got two factual things going on here. One of them is the trajectory and the change of the speed and the change in its trajectory or its position. coming towards the sun. Secondly, it's going to be behind us. It's going to come in view of planet Earth, but we won't be able to see it because so happily it's going to be behind the sun when the planet Earth is directly in front of the sun. So it's this timing of approaching planet Earth will be blocked at the perfect time that the sun would be blocked from visualizing this. So it's
Okay.
ironic. It's just it's very perfectly timed.
Okay, but then what happens after that? Are they thinking it's just gonna stay there, or is it positioning itself to do something? Like,
Well,
okay, you can't see
well,
it, but we will eventually be able to see it when it's with
well.
this, right?
That's a good question because they are not telling us the information because on the trajectory that it's on, it should collide with the sun. But they haven't mentioned the after effect of us not being able to view it. So let me
Wait,
try this.
wait. You said that the thing, Three-Eye Atlas,
Yes.
is supposed to
Three eyes.
collide with the sun?
Well, I'm assuming that part because they haven't given any information about that anymore. They just said
Okay,
it's on a trajectory.
we don't want to start no frenzy.
Okay, we don't want to start a frenzy, but let me start this frenzy. Let me tie this all together. This is coming. This object is supposed to be able to be seen October 29th, but because of the trajectory and because of the timing of the position of the planet Earth with the sun, we can't see it. Just ironically, we got this huge meeting with these high power defense colonels, generals and admirals. We got these high powerful people all meeting during the same time of this object that is getting close to the sun. Possibly we will be able to see it if the planet Earth wouldn't be in position in front of the sun to block out everybody from being able to see it. So I just think that this is very, very perfectly timed for an object that's interstellar coming through our galaxy. And we done had comets come through hundreds of thousands and millions of years. They've been coming past here. But this object, you all, happen to be over 3 or 4 football fields wide. I mean, long and a couple of miles wide. So this is not a small object. This is a huge, huge, huge object that is on
Well,
trajectory for the sun.
how are people supposed to follow this story? What do we listen to? Who's talking
Well,
about this?
well, you can go to what's that broadcast at that AM station we like to listen to all the time?
Oh,
Um,
NPR.
NPR talking about it.
Okay.
What's the world news that I listen to? Shoot, right now I'm doing this recording, so my mind is not there always. But
Like BBC?
the
Like the BBC?
BBC, baby, you own it. Hold on, I got the sound effect.
I be
Baby,
reading your
own it.
mind. I be reading.
Okay,
No,
okay.
but
So,
all jokes aside,
mhm,
when I was in college, I did my last semester over in England, and the things that they talked about on BBC, they didn't talk about here. And it was
mhm,
made very clear that if you want to know what's going on in your country,
mhm.
listen to other countries'
International
news,
news, yeah, yeah,
international news.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It really sheds a lot of light. But to stay on topic, this is very historical. Not just the AI Atlas, the three eye
Three.
Atlas, but the meeting of these powerful governmental officials. Again, we're talking about admirals and generals, y'all. First of all, I didn't know there was that many of them motherfuckers.
True.
That's a lot of goddamn powerful people, you all. We talking about 800 motherfuckers that can end the world. You know what I'm saying? They all gonna be in one place. So that's really amazing to me.
Right.
And it's very interesting that you had this interstellar object and you had this interstate meeting with the powerful warlords of America. And not only that, you all, you also have to understand the United States is in cahoots with other countries. Even though it appears that we at war with Russia, we at war with China, we adversaries with North Korea, even though that is publicly portrayed, behind the scenes, it's not quite like that. So I would like to just end with you all. we gotta keep our eyes open and our ears open. We
Yeah.
can't believe what we hear, but we can definitely believe what we see. I'm a big conspiracy consumer. I'm also a big I believe in things out of the norm. I can't wait to share other other interesting perspective of my brain. For right now, I just want you all to know that this is factual. This is information that is really that is happening today. I mean, it should be happening tomorrow, but I found out about this large meeting today. And I just thought that I'd come on here and change our topic, our talking point today and share some information with you all to give you a little insight on the type of community, type of conversations that Dr. T and I be having. Dr. T is baby, of course, y'all, but I can't really say that all the time. But anyway, yeah, me and baby we be having these type of conversations on a regular. So I just wanted to share that insight so you all can see our chemistry, how we be communicating with each other. And I just like to thank you all and ask you all to keep your eyes open and your ears open. Don't believe nothing that you see. I mean, nothing that you hear, only what you see, and then question that too.
And
What you
then
got to say, bro?
question that too. Yeah, because the way AI is set up, you gotta question what you see
Yeah,
too.
no doubt about it.
It's wild out here. But, no, that was good, babe. I didn't know any of that. I didn't know any of that was going on. I live in my own little world. Sometimes it's a little bubble. I don't know if, I choose that to keep my sanity because a little bit of all the stuff that would increase my anxiety and get me hyper and ready to, dig a hole and
Bug out,
create
huh?
a bug and bug out, baby. Bug out. You got me thinking Mad Max finna we about to be living in the, Thunderdome.
Well, really,
No,
that's a
but,
good point too, baby. Real talk, because we are heading towards that type of um,
no,
civilization
don't say that.
pretty soon, you all. But that's another topic of conversation, you all, because I have a lot
Mm-mm.
of information that I learned over the years that I would love to share with the world. That I done shared with baby numerous of times, and some of the things that we talked about is mind boggling. She's not quite on board, but I'm working on it, you all.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Alright, y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with us. As you all will learn, as y'all stick with us that Mr. Critical will create his own words, but if you listen
Yeah,
and follow, you'll get it.
you'll get it just like baby learned it. Yeah, yeah.
If you say anything in the comments about how his work, we already know,
We already
okay?
know. And
So
guess what? We don't
and
take it personal.
we don't take it personal. Alright, baby, so
So
let's
you
ask
all
them to
thank you all for listening. We ask you all to follow, like, and subscribe. Help us grow the family. And we invite you all to comment and come on and cross the line with us. Thank you. And we look forward to talking to you guys next week. And we're gonna give you a little snippet of next week. What we talking about next week, baby?
ooh, how hard it is to hold on to money? We get into this one
Yeah,
all the
yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah. I
Why
forgot about
why
that.
people can't
Yeah,
hold into money, hold
yeah.
on to money.
Okay, well, you all have a good evening, and thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to your comments.